Hey guys, it's postboxpat and welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars Battlefront. Now personally, I think this is a really good game just before we start, so it's a little bit biased, but it's not 100% biased because I'm going to be comparing it to some of the other new titles that are out there. And personally, there are a lot of downsides to this game, and there are a lot of upsides, if you want to say it kind of like that, to this game. But anyway, first of all, we have the graphics. Now, the graphics on this game are insane. Even though it only runs in 720, you can't even notice. Now, I will show you guys the graphics in a moment. Before we get into the game, I just want to explain a little bit about the interface and how it works and the ups and downs about the interface. So, as we know, I did a review on Halo 5. These are the games that I've personally bought rather than games that I've just seen. The interface is okay. It's good to get around easily. You can see you've got this simple multiplayer and missions, and you can get on games and stuff. But the only problem is you cannot see people's rank in the game. You can see your own rank there. You can see I'm rank 45 with 2.5 KD, which is pretty insane. 40 hours playing time, which is kind of a lot of time. But I did get it on early access, so I have been playing it for a long time. But otherwise, if I didn't get an early access, it probably wouldn't be that high. But you can see that's basically my standard stuff. You can see the notifications as well. That's a problem with the Xbox. Notifications are popping up there. But, however, let's go through and see how the ranking system works. The ranking system is actually 50 ranks maximum. I don't believe you can get past 50. I haven't made it to 50 yet. As you can see, I am 45. But there are like ranking systems, as you can see, a simple ranking system, and there are little challenges you can do in game to help you rank up faster. And you can kind of see the stats. The stats is actually very detailed in this game, and I do enjoy the way the stats are represented. You can actually check on an app as well, which works quite well. Comparing it to other games like Halo or COD, they don't really have the best sort of stat stuff. But on this, it's actually quite nice. However, Season Pass, that's a little downside to the game. That is very expensive, and it's only 4 DLCs, and there isn't a lot of information about it. It's very expensive as well. It's about £40 in the UK, which is probably about $60 in the US. So that is a very expensive thing. However, you can use EA access to get a discount. You've got the simple controls and stuff there. You can get third person and first, and basically that's it for the interface. The only downside to the interface is the leveling system. Like I said before, you can't see other people's levels unless they're on your friends list and you click on them. Let's see if we can find someone who has actually got a level on this game. You see some people up here. I think I know a few people have been playing, so let's see if they're available here. I think RicoCraft, has he got one? No. I know Tom has. Yes, alright. So Tommy Newcomb, yeah, he has a level. You see he's rank 11 there, and you can see people's names and stuff. That's the only really way of seeing level, unfortunately. You can also customize your characters, and I believe the customization now, I think it's okay. The customization, you can see I've got this guy here. The graphics are ridiculous. I think they're really good for a 720 game. I believe it runs in. I may be wrong with that, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. But on the Xbox One, I believe it does run in 720 due to the limitations of the Xbox One. But you can see there's a lot of customization. However, it's not in-depth customization. It's just default kind of preset customization, which is kind of a downside, but it's the same on most other games. There isn't really much depth stuff. I know Fallout 4 has a really good depth customization, and this doesn't have that, but it is still pretty cool. The blasters and guns, there's not a wide range really, but you don't really want a wide range of blasters because they're not that good. Like, there's only a certain ones that are quite good, and I'll go through them as we get into the game. So let's go into a game and just kind of, rather than actually play the game properly, we'll just kind of explore around. We're probably going to go into a walk or assault, and I'll just select a map if I can. Let's try and get on a good map where I can show off the graphics at their best. Now, I'd probably say maybe this map here or this map here. Now, there is a free DLC called Battle of Jakku, which is pretty awesome to know that they do bring out free DLCs, and that was kind of a pre-order bonus. You get it 7 days early, or you just get it in general, which is pretty cool. So that is actually really awesome to see things like that kind of coming into the game. I don't think we're going to get in one there. We're just going to search Walker Assault in general. There are a few errors with searching games and stuff that go on there, and then we do get in pretty quick, and there's a few things that are kind of pretty bad. So if I go over some of the bad points that I personally find bad, I think EA themselves are quite bad as a company. Now, I was just testing something just to see like how good they are on Twitter, replying to comments and stuff. Now, they did release an update, and this is what I was kind of testing. I tweeted them about 7 times. I don't know why I can't get in a game here. This is actually really shocking. And my internet must be a little bit laggy at this moment in time, but it's just really shocking how we get situations like this. I tweeted them 6 times asking the same question. In this update, were there any other changes rather than just the DLC? And they were like, oh no, there's no other change, And I was like, well, they didn't actually reply to me. That's what they said on the forums. So I was like, can you please explain exactly what changes there are in this game? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get into one on that, so let's see if we can get into one on Hero Hunt. That's quite a fun game, mode to show off some stuff. But unfortunately, I don't know exactly what's going on with the servers right now. There might be some sort of delay. Hopefully not, I'm hoping. But it's just a really cool game, and I really do enjoy the way the game is actually working and the way it actually runs. It's just a really cool thing. So I don't know what's going on. This is actually really strange. This has never happened to me before. I'm actually being serious. Let's see if we can get into a walk assault without the Battle of Jakku DLC. This might help us out a little bit. Unfortunately, I've never actually... oh, here we go. We're into a game without the Battle of Jakku DLC. So here we are. Unfortunately, I don't know what was going on there. As you can see, there are the ups and downs again with server connections. There is a few errors with that, as again, this is without Battle of Jakku now, so I will not be playing the DLC on this if I was to stay on it long enough. But there's a few changes they've made, and I don't like the way they do changes like this. They don't... Like, I don't know EA that well, like as well as I do with Minecraft, like 4J Studios, but personally, I think what they did with this update is quite clever what they've done. However, they haven't explained what's in the update, which can be very frustrating for a lot of fans. For example, myself, I was actually experiencing different things which I thought may have been debuffed, may have been changed, and according to the forums, there isn't any exact states, like kind of stating what's been changed. It's kind of just little bits and kind of things that just kind of come up, and you're like, has that really been changed? But it's probably not been changed. Now, I am actually quite close to my TV because I'm quite close to the mic, so I don't know if I'll be able to perform that well, but let's just have a look at the graphics rather than the performance of the game. And as you can see, we have some water here. Now, you guys do know I did this in the Halo one. I actually shot the water and it didn't splash, whereas on this game, the water is splashing, which is pretty cool. And again, the lava does splash as well. There's a lot of cool graphics, and this isn't the best looking map out of all of them. Personally, I think Endor and Tatooine will look the best. The sand one and the forest one, if you're wondering what they are, they look the best. Personally, this isn't the best looking map. This is just one of the cooler maps where you can see like the water and stuff, and it's one of the newer designs. Still looks really awesome. It could just look a little bit better and there and then, but yeah, it's still one of the best, coolest or kind of looking maps. It could definitely look slightly better, but it's definitely better graphics than Halo 5 in my opinion. It's a lot sharper. See if we can get this kill over here. Maybe not. I'm actually really close to the TV right now, so I don't think I'll be able to perform at my normal level, like I said, but I'm just kind of just showing you guys exactly what's going on in game. And as I said, you can't see people's levels, which is kind of a downside to this game. I don't like the way you can't do that. It's really annoying. It actually does annoy me a lot that you cannot do that. So hopefully they may add that in, but I think the reason they haven't added it in, and they haven't added it in Halo 5 either, the reason they may have done that is because, like, maybe people have realised that if people are high ranks, people just back out. Like, I used to do that. If you think about it, back in the day when we used to all play, like, Modern Warfare 2 or something, you'd actually back out if you were, well, you wouldn't always, but if you were against a whole team of 10th prestiges and you don't really understand exactly how the ranking system works, and you're a little bit confused, and you just realise you're against really good players, most people do back out. Now, I used to do that when I was younger and used to play the games, and it does sound newbie, but a lot of us probably have actually done that, and that may be why they've actually removed the ranking system from being seen by other players, if you know what I mean, because maybe they think we don't really want people to see why we are quite high ranks, you know what I mean, so maybe they don't want people to back out and see the ranks and things like that. You can see this gun is definitely, in my opinion, the best gun in the game, but I'll go over some of the guns in a minute and just tell you what I think is really good. There you go, I've died, so I should be able to go over them now. So you can see I was on 4-1 then. That's basically how I do every game, but sort of basically basing off that. So 4-1 on average, it's for 3 KD, so probably a bit less than that, about 3 kills and die on average. So you can see all my guns are here. That's basically all the guns in the game. Personally, I think the best guns in the game are the E11 for range and the DL44 for close range, and again the CA87 for really close range. I apologize for the notifications. I can't do anything about that due to the new Xbox update, which is a really downside. You have to completely turn off like your notifications. You can't just select certain ones, which is just Xbox's fault in general. But yeah, that's not related to Star Wars Battlefront, but you can see the best two weapons are the E11 and the DL44, which is pretty cool to know that these weapons are actually really awesome. We'll put the DL44 on and see if I can show off that if I can. Probably not going to be able to because I am struggling playing this close to my television. I'm extremely close, like probably a less than 1 foot away from a 40 whatever inch TV, which isn't the best. However, I can try my best to do my best to try and get a few kills with it. Hopefully, maybe with a little bit of luck, we might scavenge a few kills. Maybe I'm using my radar. Okay, there's a guy there. Oh, there you go. There you go. There's 1 kill. It's just ridiculously overpowered, as you can see. Then I did that really quick. I do recommend switching between views, as you can see. Third person is my personal favourite. First person, I don't really like it that much. It depends on what situations you are in on maps, because in third person, you have more awareness, whereas in first person, you don't. So you can see how I can see them running down here, and they don't know I'm here, and I know they're there, so I can just come out like that. That's what makes third person really awesome. You guys are just seeing me absolutely tear away these people right now. This is just amazing. This is actually amazing gameplay to get in a review, which I've never actually had before. So it's pretty crazy. But you can see how I do that. I just camp here, kind of campy. It's kind of not. It's kind of a strategy which you do in third person games. You do it a lot in Gears of War. I've seen a lot of people do it in that. You can just see how I kind of work. You can switch the kind of view on down on the D-pad. I'm going to die here, so I'll activate my shield and run away. That is basically how I play Star Wars Battlefront. Just use my shield and keep running away. I'm probably going to still die here if I can just get behind cover. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Nicely done. So I kill him like that. I'm probably going to do some Star Wars Battlefront videos, because I am actually quite good at Star Wars Battlefront. Now, I am meant to be destroying the objectives, but to be honest, I don't really, the pistol isn't the best at doing that. I just want to go for kills. So yeah, as you can see, I'm on 13 for 2, which is pretty good for really close to the TV. But basically, I've kind of gone through everything on Star Wars Battlefront. And if you're wondering, do you buy this game or do you not buy this game? I would definitely recommend buying it, because it gives you a very good Star Wars experience, if you'd like to say it like that. It gives you kind of a feeling where you are actually in the movies, and it makes you feel like you are kind of there within Star Wars, whereas other games don't kind of do that, because Star Wars is just based off a film, whereas like Halo is kind of not based off a film. It doesn't give you that experience to feel like you are actually battling in a battle. However, there is no single player, and it's only multiplayer. It's probably, you guys already know this. It's just thing that a lot of people already know. There are a little bit of single player, but it lacks a lot, and the audios and the kind of cutscenes are just lacking completely, and they just could be so much better, and they've got so much potential, but unfortunately they are lazy and they didn't decide to do that. However, the multiplayer is really good, and if you do like a good old multiplayer, especially if you have played the originals and you did play them in third person, I would recommend getting this. I do disagree with first person not 100%, but at least 80% of the time. I never ever use first person. It is just such a disadvantage. The new map, actually, Battle of Jakku, has a lot of close quarters, so I do actually play that map in first person. However, all the other maps I do guarantee play them in third person, because it is just so much better. You've got so much more awareness. And this is all my opinion, by the way, with the viewing. You guys will all have your own opinion, but I do recommend trying out third person. You will have so much more of an advantage. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you haven't seen the Halo 5 review, please go and check that out. I did get a lot of hate for that, actually, which was a kind of a surprise. I didn't expect that much hate from it. Well, maybe a lot of Halo fans did see it, which was it wasn't annoying. I was just kind of wondering why people may have not liked it. You know what I mean? Some people just don't like this sort of stuff. So again, reviews are all my own opinion, and this isn't a general thing. This is just my opinion. So if you don't agree, feel free to comment down below and tell me why you don't agree, and what you do agree, please do agree with me as well. I do like people who do disagree and agree, because it just gives me that extra kind of like touch, you know what I mean? It just gives me that extra, I don't know, just like that extra thing. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. Let's see if we can get a few more kills before we end up right here. Let's see if we can run in here and kill some of these. There were a few in here. Oh, I think we're going to fail. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, this is postboxpat, signing out.